Good morning, good morning. Just coming on with a little message this morning. And I'm gonna title this little message, I've called it The Story, The Story. Many years ago, when I was a young girl, my granddad told me a story, and I've always remembered the story that he told me, and it stuck in my heart, and I really feel that it's appropriate to this time of the year, to what's actually happening. And he was telling me the story of a young lad, and he sat me on his knee telling me the story of a young lad who actually decided to go for a walk, and it was still light, and night started to come down. There was nightfall, and this little lad was out sort of walking around, and it became dark, and he became disorientated, and he couldn't find his way back. And he was looking around to see, where is the house? I can't remember where the house is. He got sort of a bit lost in the forest, and he was struggling to find his way back. And then all of a sudden, quite a long time later, he was startled by the noise of I think it was a deer or some kind of wild animal. And it made him sort of like quickly turn his head to the left. And all of a sudden, in the distance, he saw a light shining. And I've got to get to that light, I've got to get to that light. So he started to walk towards the light. He started to walk towards the light, walk towards the light, walk towards the light. And eventually, he saw the light was coming from a little house. And he recognised the house, and it was his house. It was his house where he lived with his family. The light actually shone so bright that he actually found his way back. And he got back home, and to his mum and dad's relief and his family's relief, he was back home and he was safe. And that story has always stayed with me. And I was just thinking about this time of the year. Sometimes we might be groping around in darkness. We might be struggling, we might be depressed, we might be not having enough finance, all different kinds of things might be happening in our life, and we might not be able to see the way ahead. But it's just a little message to say that Jesus says that he is the light of the world, and that his light shines in the darkness, and the darkness will not overcome it. He's the true light. And it's just a little message coming towards Christmas, just to say we can open our hearts to Jesus, and we can make a space for him. We can let him guide and direct us. And if we feel lost and lonely, just like that little boy was in that story, the Lord can bring comfort, he can bring peace, he can bring joy. Just thinking about hope, he's a God of hope. He can bring peace, he can bring joy, and he can bring love in our life. So just make a space in your heart for Jesus today. It's so important, and he will help you, he will be to you all that you need. Yes, presents are important and all other things, but Jesus is the most amazing thing that can happen in your life, the most amazing person. He can change your life. He's changed mine. So I just want to pray that you'd have a lovely Christmas and a happy new year, and sending lots of love to you. God bless. Take care now. Bye-bye.